We're here now with career consulting coach John Brubaker. Nervously employed. You coined that phrase. I think we were talking on the phone. I said, what a great phrase, because as some of the guests who left here, everyone right now is nervously employed.
A lot of it going around.
Absolutely. You have 5,000 state employees who are a little bit nervous and, maybe getting for a layoff, maybe not. Your thoughts on this whole layoff picture? You've been had to pulse this thing for a while. What is your sense on the layoffs and what will happen down the road politically?
I'm actually, politics is sort of out of my zone, but I can say for sure that if somebody is in what I call one of the 4 U's, which is either underutilized, undercompensated, underappreciated, or unsure of their company's future, then they are what we would call nervously employed.
Let's slow down. So one, underutilized. This is a personal feeling. You feel, okay, I'm not being, that's a big deal, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and then underappreciated. That kind of goes hand in hand with being underutilized.
Yep. And
underpaid. So if you're feeling those 3 things and then unsure of your company's future, then you have problems, right? Bells should be going off for you.
That's exactly right. And the thing is, it's kind of like that image of the island, and the water's coming up and the sharks are circling around. The key thing is to take some action and to get the nervousness out of your system. And I would then go into what I call sort of stage 1, which is...
Let's take a look at stage 1. Stage 1 now, this is the game plan, right?
This is the game plan.
So we get to that game plan right now. So stage 1 would be what then?
You're not saying, okay, I'm absolutely going to do a job search, but you're going to get the pieces in place. You're going to begin to organize as if you might do one. And the first thing that you want to do is to kind of get what I call a working draft of the resume. I think a lot of people get writer's block, and they think, well, if I can't write the perfect end stage document, I can't start. But you can. You can pull the material together. You can get your education on there. You can get all the information. You can get updated, responsibilities, achievements, and not try to produce a finished document. And that's a piece of the organizational.
So get going now, though, right? Find some time to start jotting down the accomplishments and sort of paraphrasing what you've done, get that going. Now, you mentioned lining up references. Very important, right? You need to have those people in place.
My wonderful niece just graduated from the University of Connecticut, Kim Weber.
Congratulations.
And she is going into teaching, and the person that supervised her student teaching is, I believe, is the head of the department, very key person at UConn. And she just, on the way out of the door, aced her student teaching. That reference, that person could be hugely critical at the moment of truth. And many of your viewers, Stan, have those types of folks that will be able to give that kind of testimony. It doesn't take a lot of effort, but it gives a lot of positive energy to call around and begin to line up those references. Not sure I'm going to do a search, but if I was and needed a reference, would you be comfortable giving one?
All right, so you have, but those references now could also be used as networking opportunities, right?
Absolutely.
For folks who like you, and to put the word out to them,
Yep.
right, and see what's going on. Now you have polish your stories. You're saying you get all the rough draft stuff together, get your references. Now you got to tell the story. Resumes are about telling your story in a concise way.
The simplest way to think about this, Stan, is that boil your career down in the 3 to 6 big moments of the career, almost like you're going to do a movie of the career. It's a half-hour show. Mm-hmm. What are the 3 to 6 scenes going to be? And it should be a thing, it's kind of an STAR thing they have in the federal government, which is situation I ran into, the task that I defined, the action that I took, and the result that I got. And you've got those stories. They could have some specifics in it. They could have some numbers in it. They could have an award attached to it. But really polish those stories, because that's interview prep. It's also resume prep.
All right, now for those folks out there looking for work, here's someone at a career fair and what their thoughts were as they're looking for work. Take a look.
As a matter of fact, they can't buy the product if it's not on the shelf. So job seekers have got to be plugged in, be visible, get out there, and be part of the community. So I'm here for looking for opportunities here with Post University. I'm looking forward to it.
Network, network, network. You've talked about that a lot. That's important to get out there and circulate. Sometimes the tendency is to get depressed. You're going to be laid off. You've been laid off. You go into a hole. You go out to the bar. You kind of just, drowning in your sorrows. Got to get out there.
The only 2 things I know that cure fear are either faith or action, and both are good things. But action really is the energizing force, and once you get in motion, then everything seems a lot more doable.
I'll tell you about 2 minutes left, actually 1 minute and 30 seconds. For the person who wants to change careers, who says, you know what, John, I've been in the business 20 years, 15 years. I don't want to go back into this business. I want to change careers. What do? real quick.
The game plan is this. There's 4 pieces to it. It's clarity of vision. The clearer the picture, the stronger the motivation. Strength of purpose. Load in lots of reasons of why you'd like to do that, the benefits to you, the benefits to the company. Third is an organized plan, which is usually a resume and an execution plan. And the fourth is persist until you succeed.
All right, go again. Get clear vision, know what you want to do.
Clarity.
Right, strong purpose.
Yep.
Have a plan, very important. Most folks aren't very organized, right? So being organized, and then persistence. Right? You know, some of the hot markets now, you know, Utah and Texas and Minnesota. Connecticut is being considered a state where folks are looking to get out of the area now. What are your thoughts on down the road? Will we be a state here where more folks are fleeing because opportunities are not here?
My take, Stan, is it's an inside game. You're going to find 5 years from now that some people had the great moments of their career in the 5 years that are coming up. So much of it is determined on what you do, what you decide to do, the action you take, and not in the external circumstances.
How about, again, physical fitness, sidebar? A lot of times people forget about, they get so wrapped up in their resume and the networking, but taking care of yourself personally. Your thoughts on body, self-care?
Yeah, to me, Stan, the priorities in life for me, anyway, is God number 1, health number 2, my wife number 3, and everything else 4th. So health, exercise, nutrition, energy, these also are things that could make you feel like I'm taking control, things are getting better.
I'm taking control now. John Brubaker, thanks for your time. I want to thank all our guests, Rick Green and Christine Stewart. John Brubaker, don't forget to catch our show 24/7 at ctnow.com and check us out exclusively behind-the-scenes video on the Behind the Scenes show. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. For the good folks here at Fox Connecticut, I'm Stan Simpson. The morning news is next.